A largely dry day ahead with sunny spells and feeling warm with those blue skies. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
But actually, it's milder. We're dishing our cauldrons.
I feel like I could be the bearer of some pretty good news, not just for this week or for next week. I have a long-range forecast. You're going to love this one, Ed, I can tell you. So, obviously, I give the weather forecast every day. I talk about whether it's going to be hot or cold or wet or windy. The Met Office do all kinds of forecasts. But they also do this one. It's not one that we use very often. It tells us whether the weather is going to be settled or unsettled. And this is the outlook from the forecast we had yesterday. Red means settled. Red means high pressure. High pressure keeps weather fronts at bay. It means no storms. It means it's not going to be wet and windy. Low pressure is blue, and we can see for the next 2 weeks there is no blue in the forecast. The outlook is fine and settled, and actually, if we look back at all of the model runs from the day before through last week, there is massive consistency that the forecast is set to be this red colour, not just a little bit red, dark red. So, at least for the next 2 weeks, it is fine and settled, and actually hints it could stay fine and settled into December too. Ed said, are you sure? I am sure. This is science. I trust the science, Ed.
You're sure? Sure about your forecast?
I am 100% sure about my forecast. Here's the why. So I talked about it being red. Either the red zone, which means it's settled, or the blue, which is unsettled. And we have high pressure. And it is high pressure that is going to sit across our country for at least the next 2 weeks. And look what happens to the weather fronts. They go right over the top. They stay at bay. It's like a force field. It stops all of the weather fronts moving in. So the outlook for today, it's fine, it's dry, plenty of sunshine. Yesterday, we got it to nearly 19 degrees. And today, we could get to those similar dizzy heights, which is way above average. First thing this morning, a fair bit of cloud. It means it's a relatively mild start to the day. A little misty and murky for some of us, but very quickly the cloud lifts and breaks, and then a good-looking day ahead. Drier and brighter than it was yesterday, and in the sunny spells, it is above average, warm for all of us, highs of 17 or 18, and this is how, Ed, it is set to stay.
Casting down, I'm just saying, are you sure? There's quite a lot of low pressure, quite a lot of isobars, you know, just needs to come a little...
Forecast.
There's
quite a lot of stuff going...
I can, but it was the certainty. You know, it changes so much.
I trust the science. I trust it. Staying red, staying settled.
I'm with you, Laura.
Good morning to you. Yesterday was pleasantly warm. We got to nearly 19 degrees Celsius, which is way above average, and we have more warmth and actually brighter conditions as we head through the next few days. Here is why. High pressure is dominating our weather, and high pressure acts like a force field. It keeps weather fronts. You can see them here skirting across northern areas at bay. So the outlook for today and actually much of this week and into next week is dry, fine and settled. Some caveats to that at times. Yes, there'll be plenty of sunshine around today, brighter than it was yesterday, but the odd light shower around, not completely dry. First thing this morning, though, a fair bit of cloud, and that means it is a mild start to our day. The cloud thick enough to produce the odd spot of rain or drizzle in the air, but many of us starting off dry. A few showers across the far southeast of England, a few across the far northwest and across Wales. But after a bit of a misty, murky start, the skies brighten. The best of any sunshine through eastern areas where, again, temperatures are above average across the board. 16 degrees across the northern areas, 18, maybe a 19 again across the south and east. Just the odd light shower, but for many of us, it is looking fine and dry. And this evening and overnight tonight, yet again, the low cloud rolls back in, a little misty and foggy, particularly across western hills, and it is a mild night to come. Temperatures between 9 and 12 degrees, so above average by day and by night, and that is how things continue. So let's take a look at our 7-day outlook. So we split the country in half, and we look at the trend for our temperature and rainfall. We'll start with temperature first of all. So across the north of the UK, this white line here is average, and temperatures remain above average for the rest of the week. At the lowest, we're staying around about average. Percentage chance of rainfall across the north of the UK. Well, today and tomorrow, largely fine and dry. Weather fronts slowly making some progress across the far north, bringing the chance of some rain, but generally the outlook is dry but pretty cloudy. Fortunes further south England and Wales as we head through the next 7 days. Again, we're looking at our temperatures compared to where they should be for the time of year. So above average today, tomorrow, turning a little cooler as we head into the start of next week. But percentage chance of rainfall, it remains low. That high pressure does its job. Sunny spells today, a little cloudier as we head through the week and into next week, but staying largely dry.